Prior to coming to Mason, I was a high school principal for 8 years, and I saw a dramatic increase in the number of students vaping and using e-cigarettes, dab pens over the course of my career. You know, scientists say that our brains are still developing until the ages of 25, and when a student starts vaping earlier, it can really have an effect on their brain and their long-term brain development. Once a student becomes addicted, it is harder for them to concentrate in class. And that's when we're finding we're catching kids when they feel like they have to go to the bathroom or they have to get out of class to vape. Many times we're seeing these students start vaping to mask anxiety or to mask stress, when in fact it's just making that condition even worse. You know, the stress and anxiety, we're not dealing with the underlying root causes. We're just masking the symptoms, and rather than getting to the heart of their stress and anxiety, we're just covering it up with vapes, which makes the problem worse.
So these are some things that we have found confiscated from our students over the last few years. These three are examples of vapes that we have found. You know, if you're looking really quickly at something, they can look like a highlighter. And these here are examples of dab pens. So a dab pen is a product that contains THC. As we get a report or as we get a vape detector alert from our bathrooms, one of the things that we look at, the liquid inside of a dab pen versus a vape. A vape is a really thin liquid. It moves around really easily. In a dab pen, that liquid is really thick, and so it doesn't move real quickly. It's typically a little darker in color. We are grateful here at Mason Middle School that we have a culture where students are concerned about each other. And when they have a concern about a student who might be vaping, that they tell one of us, that they use our school tip line, the see something, say something, as well as our investment in vape detectors in our bathroom. So when we learn about this and we fully investigate the situation, if that product we think involves THC, that's when we're grateful for the partnership that we have with the Mason Police and our school resource officer to involve them then in that process if it involves an illegal substance like THC.
A lot of times we're finding that students who use dab pens that contain liquid THC or marijuana started with a vape. And the thing that's most concerning about dab pens is how concentrated they are. It's not like smoking a joint. It's not like smoking a little bit of marijuana. They are incredibly potent and incredibly dangerous. Students who, for the first time, can end up in the hospital, and I've personally seen students hospitalized after their first use of a vape pen. Students who are caught vaping or with dab pens could face suspension at school, but suspending doesn't solve the problem and doesn't get to the root of their addiction, right? We can't suspend our way out of this problem, and we have to recognize that it is an addiction issue, and we need to support the students through this addiction. So one way is through mental health supports, getting them connected with a therapist and a counselor. And families, we would encourage families to sit down and have open and honest conversations with their child about the dangers of vaping. If during that discussion your student discloses that they're addicted to vapes, or you're looking through your child's things and you find vapes, it's important to get them support and get them help. We have a number of resources available on our website under the Prevention and Wellness tab, but you can also reach out to the Prevention and Wellness designers in your child's building, and they can help connect you with services, whether it's mental health counseling, whether it's addiction services, so we can get your child the support they need. But it starts with communication and talking to your child and not being afraid to have that conversation.